Hello, hello. It's Eric again, Camp Boomerang's very own meteorologist, and we are trying to recap Leather Weekend, but a lot of the photos, the few that there were, are highly censored, and we really, out of respect, didn't take a lot of pictures at last weekend's Leather Weekend. But here's a couple of pictures. Of course, everyone all weekend long sporting their leather harnesses, their leather gear, thanks to these guys at the Icon Leather Club in Detroit for hosting that Bourbon and Cigar Social, and of course the Shower House, all lit up, beautiful lights interacting with the music. As we move ahead to this weekend, something totally new and totally awesome. It's the totally 80s, totally murder mystery dinner. Super excited about this, and apparently a lot of you are as well, because you had to pre-register for this and so many of you did. So this is going to be a big dinner party. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be fun. You're all going to have a great time, and that's something new we're trying here at Camp Boomerang. That will be this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Now, I do want to take just a quick break to talk about our Boomerang Site Spotlight. We started this last weekend. We were highlighting just an awesome campsite every week at Camp Boomerang. There's so many to choose from. And this weekend, Adam and Jeremy, you're up at Site 301. So if you're walking by this site, congratulate them on being our Boomerang Site Spotlight of the week. Drop by and say hello. They got lots of lounge chairs here, so, I'm not trying to invite myself, Adam and Jeremy, but looks like you could host at least a couple of people there for a few drinks. Let's get on with the weather headlines for this week. It is a beautiful weather weekend ahead, but there is a troublesome warm front that I'm going to keep a close eye on. My phrase is don't trust a warm front, so we'll watch that here later in the weekend especially. I want to remind you that the hot tub is still hot. The pool is still being heated and warm. As long as our nights still remain a little on the warmer side, we'll keep both of those going. The hot tub's going to stay open though, of course. And then I love the 80s to death, our murder mystery dinner Saturday night. So excited to see what you all think of that. Of course, that's just a smidge of what's going on this weekend at Boomerang. Now let's take a look at the entire event schedule. As always, we get our Friday night started with the Friday night bonfire. This is a good opportunity to mingle with other people and, maybe meet someone new or reconnect with someone you've met before. Going to be a fun, beautiful Friday night as well. Then Saturday afternoon, as you're all wondering what you're going to wear at the murder mystery dinner, again, 80s attire is highly encouraged. We'll be at the pool with temperatures up near 80. We got to take advantage of that at this point in September. And then the main event at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening will be our murder mystery dinner, 80s theme. So again, wear your 80s attire. Moving ahead to Sunday, as we're recapping all the fun that we had on Saturday night, we have Java and Jazz. Temperatures in the morning already starting off around 70. Actually, it's going to be a pretty warm day on Sunday. We'll have cards at the Boomerang Ballroom. That gets started at 1 o'clock, 75 degrees and rising quickly at that point. And if you happen to be able to stick around, I would encourage you to do so, because again, how many pool days do we get this late in the season like this? 80 degrees with clouds increasing. Now, I did mention something about a troublesome warm front, so let's talk about the weather story. The main focus on the weather map here through the weekend is going to be this area of low pressure that has this warm front out ahead of it, and it is connected to a cold front, so this thing sort of wobbles back and forth as we go through the weekend. Most of the moisture with this system is closer to the low pressure system out toward the northern plains, so I think we're actually going to stay dry. Certainly Friday looks dry. Saturday, those showers get a little bit closer, maybe even getting just across Lake Michigan, maybe not even getting into Michigan quite yet, but then Saturday night into Sunday, it does push up to the north again. So this warm front doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, but warm fronts like to do things they're not supposed to do. You can't trust a warm front. That's a good phrase to remember. So we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think it'd be anything more than a couple of showers late Saturday night, and we'll be having our murder mystery dinner anyway and having a good time. 81 degrees with sunshine on Friday. Get to Boomerang early, hang out at the pool. I highly encourage you to do so. Saturday, 79 degrees with sunshine. We'll see some clouds increasing toward the evening, and then we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds. Maybe the clouds even have the upper hand a bit, but still pretty warm. 80 degrees, at this point in September in Michigan, not bad. Take the advantage of that and hang out by the pool every time that you can, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Looking ahead here with our extended forecast, some showers and storms Monday. We're still in the 80s and probably still hanging around 80 through the middle of next week. So things looking pretty good here at Camp Boomerang. All right, that's this week's weather update. Have a fantastic time at that murder mystery dinner, and I'll see you all next weekend with another weather update.